Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here. And today we're gonna make this little cutie, which is full of pockets. So we've got actually a pocket here and a pocket back here and a pocket inside here and a pocket back here, and same way all the way up. And what you can do is you can put this one in your journal as a pocket itself too, back here, just by gluing on the sides and the bottom. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pockets potentially. And I was inspired by a new channel today. Crafting Through the Chaos of Life is where this cute little cutie came from. And she did a couple of different styles of pockets in the same video, but I'm gonna break it up because I think this one deserves its own video. I'm gonna do the brads for you as well, and it's a little bit tricky. We kind of have to do the order of operations in the exact right way to make that a little easier. I did it too late later after I glued, and it was a terrible fiddle, so I don't want to do it that way. So we're going to try this a slightly different way, and hopefully that's going to ultimately be easier for you. So what you're going to want is 2 pieces of 6x6 paper that you like together. So they're going to come together to make this set of pockets, and I will show you how that's going to work. And the first thing you're going to do is score. So you want your paper upright, and then you're going to score on at 5 inch, at half an inch, sorry. I think that's just on one side here. So we're gonna go, and you'll be pleased to know that I did in fact finally just suck it up and buy a scoreboard. So that's on the way. It just hasn't come yet. So the thing is that wherever you score, that's gonna be kind of your back side. So I think on this one, I'm actually gonna score on this side because we're just gonna fold these around to make a tube to make our pockets. Okay, so we're gonna fold this guy. And then we're gonna fold this side to the crease to make our tube. And actually, I'm just thinking about that beautiful flower on there. I don't think that's gonna work out for me very well. This is gonna be a little tricky. So because what we're gonna do is one of these is gonna make our outside pocket and one is going to make our inside pocket. And unfortunately, what that means is I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep my pretty rose. I'm gonna have to choose. I could do it upside down like that. So basically on one's you're gonna be your outside and one's gonna be your inside. And what you're gonna wanna do is just fold up just to about that size. And you're gonna kind of eyeball it. You want them about the same, but you don't have to be obsessive. And then this guy is gonna do the same thing, but at the right size to kind of come in here to fit in the middle. So you want to just kind of fiddle with that a little until you get it yeah, my rose is gonna get covered up regardless if I do this way anyway. And I just don't think, if I do it, I just don't think there's any way to save that pretty rose. Maybe I'll use one of my other papers for this. Then anyway, that doesn't have quite such a distinct, beautiful thing that I want to preserve. I was looking at these before too, so let's do that. See if we can make it a little more how I want it. And this, I don't think there's really much way to avoid just kind of making these up and then fussing with them. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like this better. Although that's not gonna show, that's gonna be, so if I want this to go upright, I still am gonna lose that. So let's do it this way. I like that little guy as the front pocket. So then I'm just gonna slide this guy in there to kind of estimate where my pockets land. And I think I want this guy to go up just a little more. So we're a little closer to even on these. And this is a little tricky with, if your paper is a little thicker, because you're doing so much folding, you're gonna leave it that way, it does get some thickness to it. So you might wanna use something that's a little thinner. Yeah, there we go. So this is how your pockets are gonna lay. So if you want to put some brads in, and on this one, I just did them on my two insides. And I kind of like that look. So I think maybe we'll stick with that look. I also know that a lot of times people want to do exactly what I did in the sample. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to look. I did have a little trouble with these. I was a little too close to the edge, and my my brad legs wanted to kind of stick out. So this time I'm going to learn my lesson and I'm going to go a little farther inside, and I'm going to kind of just look. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go kind of here, and then I'm going to go here and here. So I'm just marking my spots where I'm going to put my brads, and I'm going to do that before I glue, because that's going to make it a lot easier, because once you glue, you're really fiddling to get inside there, and this way you can just poke your holes with your awl and you'll be able to open your, I'm actually going to open that up so that I don't poke through there as well. You can just open your paper up and put your brads in before you glue. So I think this paper, I actually have some rose gold mini brads that I don't use all that often because I tend to prefer the bronzes and the dull coated things. So let's see, although I did actually use two different kinds of brads over there. One's a bronze and one's like a black silvery. So this way I can adjust my brad legs on the back to exactly where I want them. And it's much less fiddly than it was trying to do them on the inside. And this is something that crafting with chaos, crafting through the chaos of life, I can't speak today, didn't do. So she mentioned it as an option, but she didn't show doing it. So we get these guys in there, and then we'll glue up our pocket. And actually, I'm gonna do one other thing before we glue, or maybe even a couple other things, because I need to ink as well. Okay, so now that's ultimately gonna end up like this, right? And your brads are prepped and ready to go. The other thing that we need to do at this stage before we glue is our notches, because you can do them after you glue. If you already glued, that's okay, but it is just a little bit trickier. So I know this is my pocket. So actually what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put these in here because I want them all to be kind of, just not a super exact thing, but I want them all to be basically in the same spot. So I'm just gonna make a tiny little mark about where I think the center is and kind of going as straight as I can up the middle, so that then I can open these up and punch my notch in basically the same place on all of them. So that mark is in the center. Oh, it's gonna be that one, and it's gonna be this one. And then these guys. And that one, it was easy to tell because the brads were there, but it's just kitty corner basically. Okay, so there's my outside, and here's my inside. And I think I may actually, my fold here is a little bit wonky, so I don't know. Ultimately, if you do the tabs, which I'm gonna show, your those white insides won't be seen. I did ink them up on the other one, but then I realized once I did the tabs, you couldn't see them anyway, so you don't really need to ink them if you are planning to do if you're planning to do your tabs in there like that too, because they will get covered. So I do have a little bit of white here on the side that I don't like, that I think I'm going to just trim. Hard to see where it is when I come back here, it disappears. So I'm gonna just give it a little bit of a teeny trim there and ink it anyway. And the tabs will cover that up, so it won't be a huge deal. Just not forget our pieces that are going to show. So I'm just inking these. Better to ink them folded up so I can see. See, my brad legs are poking out there anyway, so I think what I might want to do is put some washi tape on top of those so they don't move around and they'll stay where I want them. So I'm just gonna grab a roll of not so nice tape. I have this Tim Holtz stuff that I don't really like all that much, and I'm gonna just drop it over the top of those so they don't fly around. It's not the super strongest stuff. Man, I am really struggling with my words today. Appreciate you guys hanging with me. I taught a little workshop yesterday, which was a ton of fun. And I think I'm just a little talked out. It happens to us introverts. Let's do this one too, even though it's in the right place now, just because it could move. So I'm gonna do it. Okay. Now, we did our notches. We did our brads. I think we're ready to glue these guys. You could do your tabs first too, actually. Let's think about that. No, I think we'll glue. I think it's okay. We won't glue our pieces together yet, but we're gonna glue our tabs on the side here to make our tubes. So let's go ahead and do that. We can make our tabs while those are grabbing. Getting a little bit stuck into being in the right place so they won't move when we're putting them together. Okay, so I'm just going to glue up this side tab only. And then we're going to find some kind of paper that we want to make our tabs with. I'm going to look for something that'll go nicely. I did two different, I liked this, I don't think I have my teeny tiny words, but I have some teeny tiny stamps that can work, so I might just go with something that's blank on those. Okay, so, or close to blank, like this is from my neutral backgrounds, the background of these other tabs. So I've got this scrap, I've got lots and lots of scrap tea dye paper. So I'm gonna just back that onto some cardstock because I want it to have a little bit more weight. I'll try to get glue everywhere because we are going to fold this up and make tabs out of it, so we don't want it coming apart. So we'll do 2 out of that guy for sure. Maybe we should do, maybe book pages would be fun actually for this too. Let's do a couple of book page ones and see what that looks like. No. Let's cut this off. We don't need this bit without words. I think with this paper, because I had text already on those, so I wouldn't have wanted to do text there, but with this paper for this new set of pockets here, I think we'll be happy to have some contrasting wordy things. I also do have tabs that I made and didn't use for the last one, but I actually don't think they would work. We'll look, but I think they're a bit busy and dark for this. They're these, and part of the reason I didn't use them is because I realized that once I put them in here, that cute bit of the letters was kind of, although, I kind of like it against this one. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. So the next thing I need to do here then is I've got this whale tail punch, and you don't have to use that sort of thing. You could use a regular tab punch. You could use a template of this shape and cut it out yourself if you have that. However you like to make tabs. If you are looking for this guy, I'm actually not sure. I'll look. If I can find one on Amazon, I will put the link in the description. I am an affiliate on Amazon, and I get a very teeny tiny commission if you purchase something from one of my links over there. So I'm just going to fold this over because that's how my punch works. And this is a little bit thick. Shove them in there. Get my tab. Same thing for one more. Yeah. Okay. There's those. And then I just used, these are actually from a Tim Holtz stamp set. They were the only thing I had that was teeny tiny enough. I actually think they might be from two different Tim Holtz sets now that I'm looking at them. But they were the only thing I had that were teeny tiny enough to work for this. Oh, here's a number 5 as well. So this is Stampers Anonymous. Correspondence CMS 225. If you're trying to look for this specific set. And these are all little teeny postal numbers and things. A lot of possibilities here. I think that's good though. I did have a request for numbers for printable too, so I think I'll think about doing something like this in a printable with very small ones that will fit on the tops of these too. Okay, so let's ink them up too. And then we'll see what we've got for stamps here and see how they look in our pockets. Okay, this little guy, I'm gonna go on here, and I'm using VersaFine Vintage Sepia on these guys. And I'm gonna stamp them right in there. Yeah, nice. And number 5 is a little small, but let's try it out, see how it comes out. A couple dabs, just to be sure. And then right on the top there. Oh, I like that actually. I like that more than I thought it would. Okay, and then let's chomp out our book page tabs as well and see whether we prefer these or the other typewriter style letter tabs. Okay, very good. I really like this little pocket project. It's a bit involved just for some little pockets, but it's fun. It's really good. Just tiny afternoon, weekend craft to make something cute. I'm gonna give these a little bit more of a crease here too, because I didn't really fold them properly before I put them in there. And now we can put it all together and see how it looks. So I'm thinking to alternate again like I did with the other one. So let's see if we went here with our book page. I kind of still want a focal point on that book page. And then this guy is gonna go here. Yeah? What do we think? I like it. Let's look at these though and see if we like this better. What do you think? Here's the other one. The other one's hidden. I think it's behind my butcher paper, but oh, there we go. Well, I think ultimately it's the book pages for me. I like those better, but I think what I might like to do even better is even something else. Maybe just 2 more of these, because I just like that. I like that light contrast on there. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take another one of these. We'll save the book page tabs for a future project where they will be loved. And I'm gonna do 2 more of those. Just cause I think it looks nice. And I have more stamps, so I can do something. I can have a different stamp on each tab. Well, let's make sure we got this all the way to the end. Although I don't think I'm actually clamping all the way at the end. So let's put these 2 in while that grabs. So I'm gonna do this guy here. I'm just gonna glue on my ends of my tab, and I'm gonna put him on the back fold here, right? And tuck him inside the pocket. I've still got a little bit of white over there. That's frustrating. Okay. Just make sure I haven't glued my pocket closed. And I'm gonna give that white side some more ink, but I probably can't get all the way inside there. Okay, and then let's do this one too. I'm gonna go ahead and glue my pockets together too before I do my last 2, so that you can see the final product, and then I can show you how to put your tabs in if you've already glued your pockets together, which is totally not a big deal. You can do it that way too. Okay. Okay, and so then all we're gonna do is glue them. This guy's gonna get glued along his 2 sides inside here. One of the questions I always get asked at workshops and events and things is, what's the glue you're using? And it is Fabri-Tac. It is very popular. It holds really well in my experience compared to just about anything else. Glue sticks come undone. Tape runners come undone. So, you know, normally with something like this that I'm not necessarily going to sell, although I do throw these little projects into my booth sometimes, and they do sell sometimes. But since I've gotten so used to working with Fabri-Tac and I just really like it, that it just ends up being my go-to, because what I'm using. I'm just gluing the two sides then of this and sliding that in there. Giving it a sec to grab, and then I'm gonna glue this little guy down too. So all along the sides, and this is such a super cute project. Really enjoyed this one. I love the tab look in the pockets. I think that's something that I'd like to keep doing a little more of. Okay, so let's finish off those other two tabs so we can make this all nice and pretty for our thumbnail. Just gonna fold that over, stick it back in here. Give myself two more of these. Go. I am also all signed up and ready. I've delivered my materials for crafting convention in Round Rock in September. I'm going to be teaching 2 classes, one on Friday and one on Saturday. So if you're in the Austin area, if you're in the Central Texas area, and you love doing this kind of stuff, come out and see me. They don't have their website up yet, but I'm hoping it's going to be really, really soon. I'll share the link when they do. Sign up for my email list and you will get updates on that. I will also share it on my website, spunkymisfitgirl.com. I have a list of events where I'll be. Right now I'm staying in because it's too darn hot outside to do anything out there. Although this one will be inside in September. So I'm just going to give these two a little stamp here too. This guy does not want to stick on my block. September 12th through the 14th in Round Rock. I forget the name of the actual venue, but just make sure you sign up for my email list and you will get news about that. Plus, you'll get free printables and discounts in my Etsy shop. Okay, so there's my other two, and I'm going to put them in now that my little guy is glued. If I still haven't managed to lose my glue. Brain's not working quite as well today. Okay, so then I'm just going to slide that in there like that. Same as the others. These two guys got a little bit higher, so I think I'm just going to match that. Put them in a little taller than my other one, than my sample. Okay, last tab is going to go in back here. Ooh, that's a bit tricky. So I do think it is a little bit easier to do this before you glue because you just have a little bit more maneuvering room and you don't risk getting glue in your pockets and things, but there. That is looking cute. I might want to put something down here. I feel like this is a little plain. Maybe stamp another something down there. I thought about that over here too, but I ended up deciding that I liked that B and then I would leave it. So that is our 9 pocket out of 2 6x6 pieces of paper. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.